Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on to another luxury watch unboxing. Today, the Blancpain 50 Fathoms Grande, a model launched in 2018 and part of a famous line dating back to the 1950s. The first thing you'll notice is that the box lives up to its reputation as fairly large. So we have this outer box, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to withdraw as far as I can here. And I will demonstrate how much clearance you need. I don't have a whole lot of space here. This is a big box and an impressive box. And when you get to what's inside, this is the 50 Fathoms box that we all expect. The genuine Pelican case. Copolymer polyethylene, extremely shock resistant, extremely durable, abrasion resistant, and yes, completely sealed hermetically against water intrusion. You can see it's a fairly sizable canister by itself. The real deal. Now, unlatching the two substantial closures, we open up and we find exactly what you'd expect inside a Pelican case, plus a small travel case. Realistically, if you're going to travel with your watch not on your wrist, you're going to use this. Taking a quick look internally, we do have a hang tag that gives a little bit of extra information. It's on a nice little leatherette, and the reference of the Grande dot is 50/50. The standard 50 Fathoms, of course, in 45 millimeters is the 50/15. So taking a look inside, we've got the watch itself. That's a great one. It has a small little pillow that you can use for mounting inside the carry case, which has a combination of sailcloth and leatherette. We have sailcloth used for the strap as well, so it's an appropriate thematically matched material. The timepiece, as you see it here, launched in 2018 with the big date. So still 45 millimeters, it's about 16.5 thick and 50.5 lug-to-lug. It's got a 23 millimeter spacing between the lugs. It's an easy watch to wear. Despite its size being mostly sapphire and titanium and only 50.5 lug-to-lug, it doesn't fit or wear like a 45 millimeter watch. Yeah, I could absolutely wear this. I could enjoy this. I would have a lot of pleasure with a watch like this that's designed to be seen and thus is functionally large. After all, an instrument-style dive watch should be easy to read, and in that sense, the bigger the better. We'll do a quick Lume shot, and this watch excels on that basis. Getting a little bit closer, you could see that because the bezel is sapphire capped, the whole bezel can be laced with Lume to make it a fully luminescent bezel. There's no danger of the Lume being scratched off because it's protected under the sapphire. And this is one of precious few watches that has true overnight Lume that will take you from dusk till dawn. Also note, all three hands Lume, so your backup dive timer can be seen to operate or not in the dark. That's an important safety feature. There is a secondary accessory you can get for these that allows you to remove the screw and bar fixed strap. That's a very secure system that I love to see on upscale watches, but it does require a little bit of effort. Either you go out and you get the jeweler's tools, or you buy the more expensive and elaborate Blancpain jig that's used to remove the strap. I like the jig, but a conventional set of hex screws of proper size will work. As you could see on the dial, we have the big date, that is the namesake of the Grande dot, and it has a fun quick set system that allows you to play with it. Some people say that the double date is a better match for the watch design than the 430 date on the standard 50/15, and while I think the jury's out for me, I cannot argue that this looks great. On the back, we have the same movement. It goes by a different name here, but rest assured, caliber 6918B. Let's see if this thing will focus. It is qualitatively the same as the nearly identical 1315. The only difference is this one has the double-digit date. 3 barrels, still 5 days of power reserve, still 300 meters, still quite nicely decorated for a series production movement. It's also free-sprung for durability, has an uncompromising 6-position adjustment, not 5 like a chronometer, 6. and an anti-magnetic silicone hairspring. Screw-down crown, crown guard structures, and pleasingly, all satin finished case. Unlike the polish of a standard steel 5015, this is a lot more subdued. As we get deeper into the boxed set, there's no denying that the most interesting things here are the Pelican and the watch, but they do give you quite a bit of accessories. So there is a little internal invitation and envelope, by the way, that's already addressed, that will take your application to Blancpain, and it will register you as a connoisseur. The traditional art of watchmaking has survived the quartz era thanks to the staunch support of connoisseurs, watchmaking devotees, and collectors. Your purchase actively contributes to promoting the horological tradition in general and that of Blancpain in particular. We hereby wish to thank you for the acquisition and offer you the possibility of entering your name in our register of connoisseurs. In this way, we can stay in touch with you and you will always be welcome to visit our manufacturer. I believe you also get Lettres de Brassou, which is their magazine. And then you will have your name entered in their register. You just have to give them some info about the watch. And it sounds like you will be received as a friend and a hero in Les Brasseux if you send in this little notice. And since the original owner did not, that gives you the opportunity to partake. More? Yeah, there's more. There's a Blancpain polishing cloth. There is a fascinating service booklet. First of all, this must be just a generic inclusion because they include these calendar cards that are just not necessary on a watch that only has a date. And not surprisingly, they include them with little pictures of calendar watches. Don't know why those are in there. This makes a little bit more sense. This is the warranty card for the watch. And you can see back in the day, this one would have been retailed by Hodinkee in New York. Taking a quick look at the service booklet itself, it's fascinating. It has sleeved pages that open with some notes about tech and service. And taking a look here, maintenance overhauls is always what I find most interesting. They recommend 4 to 5 years for cleaning and lubrication. I'm willing to bet you can go 5 to 10. That seems to be the standard these days, but this is the official recommendation. A few notes about how they do things, about various types of technologies. Technology makes the watch impervious to magnetic fields. We know all about that. And yes, if your watch is gaining or losing minutes per day, that's a problem. Going through, you can see that, again, they're little models inside of plastic water-resistant sleeves. And then there's some notes about the international warranty, and then in the back, a couple of little service certificates so you can record the service intervals of your watch and when it was serviced. Taking a quicker look down to the bottom now, you can see that there is a little shark here. That shark is really in there. But you can see the image of the shark in the diver's logbook. So Mark Hayek enjoins you to log your voluminous diving experiences in this logbook. And then finally, I'm not going to pull this out all the way because it's still in plastic, but we have the actual full-length user's manual. So that right there is the entirety of what you need to know to operate this watch specifically. This watch, 45 millimeters in titanium, and in my opinion, the Cadillac of dive watches. The double date in titanium might be the best version of the 45 millimeter 50 fathoms. So guys, let me know, which 50 fathoms is your favorite? Tell me in the comments below the video, and if you're interested in this watch or one like it, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.